The knowledge which was gained during the restoration of the Roman mosaic from Munich gave Eugen Boch reason to establish a mosaic factory in the 1870s. Tile production had already started before the mosaic factory was opened. In the beginning, tiles were laid in hospitals and public baths for reasons of hygiene. However, they soon became an expression of the artistic spirit of the times. According to the Guinness Book of Records, the most beautiful dairy in the world, which is in Dresden, was designed by Villeroy Boch. Tile production, tableware, and ceramic sanitary products are considered the three main divisions of the company.
For a long time, this was presumed to be the only portrait commission ever received by Van Gogh. The sitter was Eugen Boch, and apart from its artistic qualities, it was also an excellent likeness. Eugen Boch and his sister Anna were artists in their own right. She exhibited in the company of Monet, Van Gogh, and Toulouse-Lautrec, quite apart from designing for Villeroy Boch.
Prizes awarded at exhibitions in Paris, Philadelphia, and Chicago encouraged Eugen Boch to promote and develop artistic talent. In 1870, Eugen Boch set up a school of drawing and brought well-known artists to Metlar. Villeroy and Boch developed their own unmistakable style. Until well into the 20th century, Anna Boch formed the artistic image of Villeroy and Boch with her designs. The shaving set of King Louis II of Bavaria. He had the facade of his castle Herrenchiemsee designed with another of Villeroy and Boch's products, terracotta from Metlar. The highly aesthetic aspect and durability of this building material made it so popular that entire facades were ordered by catalogue and sent by Villeroy and Boch even as far as South America. It was not until the 1920s that it lost in importance.
We're now in the 20th century, the age of speed.
Around the turn of the century, Villeroy and Boch started another sector of ceramic production, the manufacture of ceramic sanitary fittings. Product demand rose as people became increasingly aware of the significance of hygiene for their health. Ceramic sanitary fittings became one of the three main production sectors of Villeroy and Boch.
During the 20th century, a great deal had been destroyed or lost irrevocably. After the First World War, for a short period of time, the nation seemed on the way to settling their differences. At the Villeroy and Boch headquarters in the Saar region, the League of Nations set up a commission. Alfred von Boch became member of this commission. Soldiers from member countries contributed to an international peacekeeping force. It was a time of careless festivity, one last dance before the return to chaos, which was still to come.
The 1920s and 30s were overshadowed by the Great Depression. Villeroy and Boch were able to maintain their leading position in the ceramic industry, but they had to suffer setbacks. But things were to get worse. By the end of the Second World War, the factories and machinery had been destroyed. Human labor was in demand. Every pair of hands and every head were needed.
After World War II, there had to be a new beginning. It happened time and again, this enforced renewal. In this instance, it was made possible by the democratization of bathroom culture, similar to the democratization of table culture after the French Revolution. The need for and popularity of high sanitary standards led to large-scale production and the consequent lowering of production costs. Villeroy and Boch lived with its time and think ahead of them. Today, a member of the 8th generation after its founder guides the fortunes of this global company. More than ever before, the company knows that the future has its own tradition.
Today, the company owes its leading position primarily to the magnificent achievements in the areas of design and production technology. Villeroy and Boch products are with us everywhere, in our daily lives and on festive occasions.
Forgive me, I have to take my leave of you now. I'm expecting prominent guests from all over the world to share the future with Villeroy and Boch. Ha, ha, ha. Hello,
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. May I warmly welcome you to our look back at a quarter of a millennium of Villeroy Boch. I'm pleased to note your interest in this company, to whose founders my ancestors belong. My name is Villeroy Boch. The history of Villeroy Boch is something quite fascinating. There is very little quite like it in the European economic history. I hope, therefore, that a little of this fascination will also be communicated to you when you watch our film in just a moment. If I may be permitted to make one remark from the very outset, we at Villeroy Boch will not constantly look back to the past. Our sights are directed particularly towards the future. As has often been the case, Villeroy Boch has today reached a point where the future course is to be set. We have prepared ourselves for this future by developing a new concept which incorporates the entire company. We have called it the House of Villeroy Boch. With this concept, we wish to express an extremely high ambition. In future, we shall offer our customers much more than just tableware, tiles, and bathroom equipment. We shall offer interior design, home culture, in a comprehensive sense, by providing a range of goods to which furniture, for example, also belongs. It is our aim to become the #1 address in interior design in the coming years. That is our vision. The experience we have gathered throughout 250 years makes us confident that we shall achieve it. I sincerely hope that you will share our confidence in the future when you now experience the unique history of Villeroy Boch. I naturally also hope that you will enjoy the film.
Welcome to the house of Villeroy and Boch. This magnificent 18th century abbey is the headquarters of the international company Villeroy and Boch, which is celebrating its 250th anniversary. No company as old as this is still in the hands of the original family. The success of Villeroy and Boch is based on a mixture of tradition, art, and ingenuity. 250 years.
The pliability and elegance of the material clay fascinated Francois Boch. He was in fact a skilled iron founder and an expert in his profession. After all, he was commissioned to mold cannonballs for the French King Louis XV and was awarded the honorary title of Bombardier du Roi. In 1748, he and his 3 sons opened up a pottery in Audun-le-Tiche. First of all, he produced pots and jugs, but after a short time, he was also making ornate ceramic objects. The most talented of his sons was Pierre-Joseph, who was at that time just 11 years old.
Très bien, Pierre-Joseph.
Now we come to the year 1766. Catherine the Great, Frederick the great Empress Maria Theresia, and Voltaire were active in a ferment of intellectual power. In other words, it was precisely the right time for Pierre-Joseph Boch and his 2 brothers to take their first initiative. They turned the pottery into a factory. Pierre-Joseph Boch acquired a new production site in Sept-Fontaine in Luxembourg, which, in the quicksands of Europe, was at this time Austrian. He constantly sought recognition by the Austrian crown as its purveyor. In 1767, he and his 2 brothers were summoned into the presence of the imperial administrator.
Pierre-Joseph Boch was just 30 years old in 1767 when he was awarded the title of Royal Manufacturer. He is considered as the family member with the best entrepreneurial skills. His artistic talent was equal to his business sense in all matters. However, he never lost his ability to consider an individual object in its own right. After being awarded the title of Royal Manufacturer for his new plant in Cette-Fontaine, Pierre-Joseph Boch succeeded in opening up new markets. He established trade relations with Holland, Belgium, and the north of France. He had his own warehouses in Brussels and Beaumont, as the traffic routes were unsafe and in poor condition, which often led to problems with deliveries. He took part in all the large trade fairs of the age, Antwerp, Ghent, and Brussels. During the period of particularism, Pierre-Joseph Boch operated on a European level. Within a short period, the number of employees grew from 20 to 300. Pierre-Joseph Boch sent his son Jean-François to Paris to study chemistry. However, Jean-François was also interested in other practical sciences, for example, mechanics. Using water power to rotate potter's reels, that would result in the products becoming considerably cheaper. Pierre-Joseph Boch was certainly proud of his talented son, although he did have problems with this occasionally.
In 1809, Jean-François Boch and his father bought the former Benedictine Abbey in Metla. The citizens of that little town were not very pleased. They would not now have the possibility of sheltering their livestock in the abbey anymore. So at night they walked through the vaults of the abbey, disguised as ghosts, wheeling, rattling chains. A vain hope. True to their motto, never give up, never say die, the Bochs were not impressed by those who gave every appearance of having died, even if they had not yet quite given up. Things were going very well for the house of Boch. Not far away from Metla, in Wallerfangen, lived another ceramics manufacturer named Nicolas Villeroy. He had the same entrepreneurial enthusiasm and social commitment as Jean-François Boch, and it was just a question of time before they met. Over a glass of wine, of course. Jean-François Boch also traded in fine wine.
In 1836, the amalgamation took place. A strong new business was created, uniting the best traditions of the two founding families. From that time onwards, the company has ranked among the best ceramic manufacturers in Europe and the rest of the world. The range of products is increased. In addition to ceramic dishes and utensils, the company has started to produce crystal glasses and bowls. In 1841, when Luxembourg came under Dutch rule, Villeroy and Boch were in danger of losing their important Belgian market. However, The company was strong enough to be able to build a new plant in Belgium. Villeroy Boch has become a European organization.
The two families have joined forces. In 1836, Boch and Villeroy founded Villeroy and Boch. And what about Octavie and Aigle? The pebble, remember? Well, Cupid's armory is not exclusively made up of arrows.